What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Halo's Kitchen, the best kitchen out there, period. It's Chef A here. As you can see, I'm making some vegan, quote-unquote, steak skewers served over a bed of sweet potato mash. I decided to drizzle a little bit of some homemade chimichurri sauce, and I paired it with a garlic aioli sauce. Vegan, of course, no eggs were used in that. And yes, y'all, I know that's a mouthful, but it was so good. Like, look at the texture of that steak. Not steak, but mushroom, my bad. But yes, y'all, first you want to begin by preparing the garlic aioli sauce, and here's all the ingredients listed up on the screen to the left. You want to mix up some vegan mayo, put in some minced garlic. Do not judge me for how much garlic I put in there. I just love the flavor of garlic, so it's never too much for me personally. But yeah, you of course want to adjust your seasonings and everything that you're adding as necessary. You know, if you're new to this channel, just know that I'm not typically one that puts exact measurements when it comes to my seasonings, my recipes, but you know, when I feel like it's more so necessary, especially for dessert videos, then I will give my best estimate of exact measurements. But yeah, you can just kind of see it by eye with this recipe here. It's just pretty simple. I know it's like a mouthful of stuff to make, but it's pretty simple overall. But yes, you want to mix all those ingredients together, and yeah, just continue to mix. As you can see, I put quite a bit of garlic up in here, so you do not have to add that much. And I also decided to add a little bit of some tahini up in there just to make it a little bit more creamy, and it just felt right, so I added that and a little bit of turmeric for some color. And we want to sit this in like the refrigerator and just let the flavors come together while you cooking up everything else. Right here I have some LionsMane mushroom, y'all. Now, I'm pretty sure most people that are like, you know, into the vegan food, you've heard of the LionsMane mushroom, but for those of you that are new, this is a great, you know, substitute for, you know, steaks and whatnot. Especially if you're like new to transitioning, you're new to vegan food, this is definitely the way to go. If you missing out on some steak and you want to you don't want to use that store-bought steak, you want to make your own, then definitely use the LionsMane mushroom. It has a bunch of brain benefits as well. That's what I've heard. And also I'm using some Maitake mushrooms as well. And you of course want to cleanse your mushrooms, cleanse all of your veggies and stuff, so yeah, you don't even eat no dirt or whatever. And I also decided to use some green bell peppers, some red bell peppers, as well as some onion. I just did not show the onion on camera, and you want to properly, you know, remove the stem and the seeds on the inside and cut them up into a size to where, you know, they will go on a skewer. And if you guys don't know, if you're new to making skewers, you of course want to make sure you soak your skewers before you start to use them for at least like 15 minutes. But yes, right here I was like kind of squeezing out the water inside the mushroom. If you don't know, mushrooms hold a lot of moisture, so yeah, you definitely want to squeeze that out just to make it like a little bit easier, so you're not pressing down so much once you do put it on the pan and begin to cook it. But yes, in a bowl you want to, you know, put your mushrooms up in there and add in all the seasonings and everything that you see listed. And you of course, you really want to like go light on the salt, because we're already adding a bunch of other like sauces and whatnot that hold a lot of, you know, salt and whatnot. And we're also going to be pairing this with the garlic aioli, which has salt, as well as the chimichurri that I'm going to make, you know, later on after this. And you just want to gently mix it together so you don't break up the mushrooms too much. And I would recommend even using like more mushrooms than I decided to use, because this only came out to like 3 skewers, as you'll see in the video. But yes, in the cast iron skillet, I'm just giving it a little bit of a char before, you know, I put it onto the skewer, just to really get all that excess moisture out, so we won't be having no soggy mushrooms over here. And that's really key to like, you know, mastering the mushrooms, making sure you get all that excess moisture out so it's not chewy, soggy. That's why a lot of people, I feel like they don't enjoy mushrooms, because of the texture, and you just gotta master the texture. It just takes a little bit of practice, but I'm giving y'all, you know, the key points right here, the tips and tricks. And you want to begin, you know, skewering up your kebabs. And I just go in the order of onion, bell pepper, and add it on the mushroom. And as you can see, like they're pretty tiny, so I just added on, you know, a mixture of like the small pieces and whatnot, but they're still good either way. And you know, after you finish this up, we're going to place it in the broiler. I could not pronounce today. And right here, I just obviously decided to just do one with just the mushrooms. You can do that for all of them if you want to, but just make sure you get more mushrooms and whatnot to have more of an amount to up the quantity. So yes, on a baking sheet, you want to line it with some foil so it doesn't stain or anything like that. And also decided to add on some onions and bell peppers to the thing as well. And right here, this is some vegan butter that is going to sizzle in, and I added some fresh rosemary, 2 things of that, and then I just drizzled over a little bit of minced garlic. Like I said, I love me some garlic, so it's gonna cook in some garlic butter underneath the broiler. And I just broiled it for like 10 minutes, but you really just want to keep an eye out for it. Right here is the chimichurri sauce, and obviously you want to add everything that you see listed and make sure everything is cleansed. And you don't really need to add that much olive oil if you want more of a chunkier type of chimichurri sauce, because mine does look pretty like runny, like as you can see, because I did use quite a bit of olive oil. So that's just a tip for when you make that. And halfway through the broiling process, you want to flip over your skewers. But yes, as you can see, this is like the consistency of the chimichurri. Like, it still tastes amazing. It's just, I kind of would have preferred that it would be like a little bit more chunkier and not as runny. So yes, and right here you want to take a baked sweet potato. I baked this at like 450 for about 45 to 50 minutes. And yeah, you want to, take out the inside. We ain't gonna be eating the skin. So you want to place the inside of it into a bowl and just begin to mash it up. And I did add some vegan butter up in there. Not too much, but I didn't really season it with any salt or anything because of, all of the rest of the sodium that's gonna be on this plate anyways. But yes, y'all, I tried to get a little bit gourmet with the plating. So enjoy me plating. For the next few minutes of this video, I decided to, try to get a little bit fancy with the potatoes. That was my first time trying out, this plating technique, this plating style. But yes, it was so colorful and whatnot. And for the garlic aioli, after it sat in the fridge, it's ready to be on the plate now. And I just decided to do like some dots or whatever and really put some craftiness into this plate. And like I said, I decided to get creative with it. And this is really like what brings you back to cooking. Well, what brings me back to cooking personally, just getting to create and put my creative energy into whatever I do. And this is the way that I can do it, so it's just not the same boring process over and over. Okay, I'm cooking something on the stove, seasoning, cooking it, and then I'm eating it. No, I get to decorate my plate up and make it look pretty and stuff like that. It's like a canvas in a way, like I'm painting a canvas, but now I'm painting a plate. So yeah, you can put that same energy into your food to really, motivate you to keep going, because I'm just personally a creative person in general. So yeah, but I feel like even if you don't consider yourself a creative, this will definitely be fun regardless. Just get into create. So yeah, and then I just decided to top it with some fresh chopped parsley, and then some whole parsley leaves right there. I decided to make it a little bit more pretty, and then some scallions as well I did add up on there. But yes, y'all, this is complete. This was definitely a 10 out of 10. I'm not even lying to y'all, this was a 10 out of 10. I'm becoming a mushroom master for real. But yes, y'all, it should look like this when it's done. And no, it's not burnt, it's just char, so don't be tripping. And let me know if you guys have any other ideas that you want me to try out. Comment that down below. Thank you so much for watching, subscribe, and sharing my videos. I definitely appreciate all the love, and I will be back for more. Have a beautiful, blessed Sunday. Bye.